My name is Andrew Kinard. I'm originally from South Carolina, but I'm living in California right now, and I love to ski. So I was a Marine infantry officer serving in Iraq in 2006 during the height of the insurgency in the western part of that country. My patrol was attacked by insurgents using an improvised explosive device, and I lost my legs as a result. So I've been in a wheelchair since 2006 and use it every day. I tried prosthetics for about 1.5 years, but my injuries are so high up that really prosthetics were not going to be a practical everyday solution for me. It was nice to stand, but the amount of time it took to put them on, take them off, it used both my hands. I couldn't carry anything. It meant that really a wheelchair was going to be the best solution for me full time. When I finally came to Aspen, really prompted by wanting to get my hand cycle, my sports chairs done, my hand cycle and the canoe seat. I did do my everyday chair there, and I initially didn't like the product at all. It was a lot more firm than I was used to, and that to me translated into not very comfortable. But after a day on it, really, I never wanted to look back, and I never wanted any other product. So at that time, I was just getting into hand cycling. I was using a cushion that was very comfortable, but didn't provide any sort of firm support to accommodate any of the sort of unique amputations that I had. So I came out to Denver during my spring break. I was going to grad school at the time. This was in 2011. And Aspen Seating built me 4 different seats. They did my everyday wheelchair, they did my hand cycle, they did a wakeboard because I grew up on a lake water skiing and wakeboarding, and they did a unique thing, which was a canoe seat. I had planned that summer to go to the Boundary Waters in Minnesota. Just this past year, that I finally decided to give downhill skiing a shot. I knew that I needed a very, very complex seating solution so that I could control the ski and be comfortable in the ski at the same time. So I immediately called up Joe and said, hey, I need to come get fitted for a mono ski because I want to give this a shot and learn how to do it. So I came out, I got fitted, and then I spent 3 months this winter learning how to downhill ski. And probably the biggest part of it is that it's probably the only adaptive sport that I've come across in which I can participate on the exact same basis as an able-bodied person, with my family, with my friends. And there's no difference between me and them when I'm on the mountain. So I like that a lot, whereas all the other wheelchair sports, requires people to get into wheelchairs and do sports that way, but that's not how I'd say my friends and family naturally do sports. And so I wanted to be able to participate in an activity on an equal footing with them, and that's really where downhill skiing has provided that avenue. When I was first starting out, when I was first injured, I had a lot of questions, but I didn't even know what I didn't know at the time. There were things about my injury, about having a very fulfilling life that I just didn't even know to ask. I had the good luck of being in a hospital environment where there were a lot of other people who had been injured 6 months before me or 1 year before me and were on their way out, and they had figured out a lot of those things. It was really helpful to me to be able to have conversations with them, and so I would say to somebody newly injured, first of all, make sure you reach out to people who have been injured longer than you, 6 months out, 1 year out, 10 years out. They've learned a lot themselves through trial and error. They've learned a lot themselves through other people, and they can have a wealth of information to share with you about how to have a fulfilling life, because it can be had for sure.